What's going on, everybody? Sorry I don't have a video really put up this week because I've had some, uh, I've had a death in the family, so we've been taking care of that. I had to go to Greenville this weekend, or this last weekend, and that's normally the time that I do the videos, edit the videos and such. But I figured we'll do a live stream, and actually we had a couple of really cool bikes come in. One of them is this. I'm gonna get this camera here for real quick, and one of them is actually this recumbent right here that Zeke is actually working on. What's going on, Zeke? Yeah. Very unique bike. I think it's hideous, but you know what? It does ride good. So I'm gonna hand that back to my lovely wife. And I've actually had this bike for years. I just brought it into the store because Zeke has a uncle that has a bad back, and these bikes are great for people with a bad back. So we gave him that bike so he can actually give it to his uncle. And the other one is very interesting. I got back from my family emergency, and a customer was throwing away a bunch of bikes, and he wanted to know if we wanted these bikes, and I was like, yeah, sure. And this was before the weekend, but whenever I was gone, he came in and he dropped off the bikes, and he dropped off this bike right here. And take a close look right here at the little gusset here. It's got a iron cross on there, and this is a really cool bike. It's a nickel-plated bike, and it's got a loop tail. So right now, there's some people that are going to be watching this video right now that are going to be screaming because they know what this is. Do we have anybody online checking this video? Does anybody know what this bike is? It's a 1980, I'm going to tell you, and it is a loop tail. Okay, and BMX bikes are red hot. I'm going to be doing a video on this because this is a very unique piece of BMX history. So if y'all haven't figured it out, maybe we can pan the camera up a little bit and then look at that bike up there. And that right there is a clue. And I'll tell you the story on this. Mongoose wanted to provide bikes for soldiers' families who were overseas. Okay. And I believe it started in Germany. I could be wrong about that, but I want to say it's in Germany that it started. And what it was Mongoose couldn't sell they'd get up. The dealers would probably get upset if they were selling these Mongoose bikes on the base. So Mongoose, what they did was they actually created a new brand for just soldiers overseas. And what it was they called these bikes Blue Max bikes. So this is a 1980 Blue Max. Okay, these were only sold at Army bases, which is really cool. So what it is it's a Mongoose Moto Mag right up there. However, it has been redesigned and solely so they could sell them on base. So that is going to be really cool. I'm going to be doing a video on this, and it's mostly complete. It does have the original front wheel for it. It does not have the original back wheel. I do have another bike that's got the exact wheel that's going to fit on the back, but I've got to decide if I want to rob the wheels off of that bike. It's kind of a junk bike, but I was still planning on keeping it all original. It's missing the seat and the seat post, but that's no big deal. I've got a nice seat and a seat post for it. But does anybody have any questions? Anything? Have we had anything really going on other than the death in the family? No. Um, so, any questions? So let's see, what else has been going on? Um, of course, we can do a little recap on the uh, Mongoose California. Let me walk over here to grab it. And see, I should have grabbed it earlier, but y'all might have already seen this video where I did the California Mongoose. But I just figured out what I'm going to be riding for next month's BMX race. So there is a BMX race that they're going to be doing for it's called the Old School Challenge. It's going to be at Lions Park in Raleigh, North Carolina. Let me see, Jennifer, March, what date was that, Zeke? March 21st? I think it's March the 12th. All you have to do is go on to Capital City BMX, and they've got the race schedule on there. I do believe it's it's not the 21st. It's going to be the 12th or the 2nd. I wrote it down. I'll have to take a look at it in a little bit. But I was building this bike. It is on the 12th? Okay. So it is on the 12th. I was building this bike up right here for me to race in the Old School Challenge. But Zeke, our new intern, he kind of got a little excited about the prospect of racing, and he wanted a bike to race. So I told him that he could race this bike, and I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to be racing myself in the next month's Old School Challenge. I believe I'm going to be racing that bike right over there, that Blue Max, because really, truly unique bike. And I've got a lot of other bikes, but they are in way good a shape, way too good of shape to actually take out and race and worry about getting them scratched up, dinged up. I'd rather ride a bike that's not as clean, but that's my wife's kind of showing all the little bikes that I've got. Plus, also, I'm sorry, I don't really want to pull them down and then have to clean them all up. What are you smiling about over there? Zeke over here is
the cranks hit the V-brakes.
Well, so what Zeke is doing here is Zeke is installing. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, Zeke is actually installing some V-brakes onto this bike right here, and he's worried that the V-brakes are going to interfere with the cranks. Well, I'm going to let you know there, Zeke, that it will not interfere with the brakes, because once those brakes are adjusted and the cables are tightened up, it will clear those cranks. So rest assured, you are okay.
Yay.
So, and oh no, it's fun. I always need a little bit more content because I'm Mr. Personality. So I need a little help. These brakes on this bike, they're the old cantilever brakes, and he was complaining about the lack of power. So here's the old cantilever brakes that were on there. These are excellent brakes, but the problem is they just don't have enough power. Okay, so that's why he's installing the V-brakes. So I guess that might be all, unless if we have any questions, because I really was unprepared, and I was with my family member for 12 hours before they passed, so it was thankfully a peaceful, somewhat peaceful passing. So anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. I will have some better content starting next week, and hopefully, well, I'm probably not going to have this one for next week's video because I've got to order the decals for this. And check them out. Look online. Check out Mongoose Blue Max, and there is quite a bit of history. It's a really cool bike, and I think y'all are going to enjoy that video. So if y'all like this video, please leave me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to tell your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Okay.